are some of the same moves George got mad at freaking Max making. But damn it, McLaren, what in the actual fuck are y'all doing? I just got to start there, bro. There are some of those passes straight up artificial. Like it's just, they had battery, you know? What's up, YouTube? Damn it, look, we're back. Look, it's been a minute. We missed Miami, right? I think we missed Miami, but look, we're back. That's all that matters. That's really the only thing that matters. And what a good time to be back, because the Grand Prix, baby. It was fire. It was fire. It was fire. With the two Mercedes boys just battling it out, and then we got my man Lewis having a little bit of resurgence. Dude, it's shaping up to be a great season, and we're just gonna talk about it. Look, it's just gonna spitball. I'm just gonna go pretty much off the top of the dome, because I'll be honest, I don't want to edit a whole bunch. But with that being said, we gotta start. We gotta start somewhere, and it's a little hurtful as someone that's a McLaren fan. But damn it, McLaren, what in the actual fuck are y'all doing? I just gotta start there, bro. Y'all had 3 chances to fix it. Y'all had 3 chances to fix y'all's wrongs, and y'all decided not to. Y'all decided to soak in what y'all did, and y'all had both drivers. Because I heard the radio from Oscar. Oscar needs to start getting a little more assertive. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, does he need to start pulling a Sonny Hayes and just going and saying, "Give me my freaking tires"? Because he said it. I think we're on the wrong freaking tire. And y'all still sent them. They had 2 chances. Like, come on. Y'all had Lando saying the same thing, man. Y'all, it's actually insane that they did not make the change. Y'all had the chance to do it. What, they did 2 formation laps? What are we doing? You don't get that. And nah, they said we're still sticking with it. And so they ruined the race. Honestly, you put Oscar Piastri in a freaking position that he would have never been in, and then he goes and crashes into freaking Albon. Like, this is all from them botching a freaking, like, it's one of those things that you want to box somebody and you don't know who. I just really don't know. But the thing is, McLaren had pace too. They had pace, and it's just really unfortunate that is how that weekend boils down to. They were done before it even started, and they have not had the first opening 5 rounds to help to compensate for that. They've missed Grand Prix. They've it's just been awful, bro. It's actually awful. So I don't understand where they were. Like, come on. These are smart people. Y'all had chance after chance after chance to fix it. Nobody? Come on. Y'all owe both drivers y'all actually owe Albon a freaking apology too. But the biggest apology and a pay raise right now because of that. Because y'all did that. Why are we soaking into that? We did nothing. I digress. But before we get to the meat and potatoes, though, I want to get to the Lewis and Max battle, bro. I was loving it. I was loving it. I'll be honest, kind of unexpected. Very unexpected. You got to think, too. It wouldn't have been there probably if the McLarens would have got it right, and if the things with George didn't happen. But a podium with Max and freaking Lewis on there, my boy Lewis, it was great. It was great to watch. It's also cool to see Lewis have some fight back into him, and I know he switched some things up with his program. Stick with it, Lewis. But then also, like, kind of stamp himself again, like he never needed to restamp himself, but like it's good to see him showing that McLaren's not the only guy that can do things over there. And I think that's a big thing we were missing last season. We had a whole bunch of podiums from, meaningless podiums from Leclerc, but like nothing. We had a close fourth. Now we got two podiums already. Two podiums. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if the win is gonna be here for Lewis. But this is definitely positive direction for him and in Max, because bro, the Red Bulls, they actually looked, they were fighting. And to be real, they actually were fighting in Miami too, but like Hajar looked good too. Hajar looked very good. And he's on pace with Max too. They qualified what, 2/10 off of each other or something like that. Super in the ballpark. When's the last time we've seen something like that with a Red Bull driver? So I can't, dude. I'm like this might tighten up a lot more than we think. I still think it is down to the main two, who we're about to talk about. But like at the end of the day, this is a fight, not for the top two anymore, I feel like. But for the rest of the field, as far as, well, basically the top two, the next two teams, whether it's going to be Ferrari and McLaren, well, Red Bull too, but Red Bull's showing that they can be there. And with that all being said too, man, I'm going to say this. I've said it before. I'm actually really enjoying these regulations. And I think the fix is going to be even better. There are some of those passes. I didn't really see that too much this week, but there are some that you obviously know are just straight up artificial. Like it's just, they had battery, but bro, the ability to follow and the ability to just actually move around and have room to make these passes and set up stuff, with these cars being a lot not as big, and then with the amount of dirty air that they're dropping off, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Obviously they're tuning things up, which is great. I'm glad they are, but I'm loving this right now. And honestly, they need to make some regulations to where they don't fuck this up, because that's what usually happens is they start getting, the teams start developing more, and to make it to where basically you can't follow. So I'm hoping that FIA at least puts some type of shit to where there's that doesn't change, because this is awesome. This has been great to watch lately. But that brings me to the main thing, Mercedes battle. And I'm going to start off by saying this. It wasn't dirty. I'm never going to say it was dirty. But I don't want to hear George talk shit about anything anymore, unless he like does what he did at, what was it? I forgot where Max hit him, bumped his wheel. But I don't want to hear about him talking about Max racing pretty hard anymore. I don't want to hear about it, because the way he was dude, elbows freaking out with Kimi. I don't want to hear it no more. I'm just gonna say I loved it. I loved it. But these are some of the same moves George got mad at freaking Max making. I'm just gonna say it. All right. Now, as I said, the one where he straight up got it, where Max got a 10-point penalty for that's obviously not what I'm talking about. But hey, that racing was absolutely insane. Now, and they were on edge. They were on rails the whole time. It was kind of diabolical seeing them mess up the same corner time after time after time, because they're pushing that hard. But it was so much fun to watch. These Mercedes, man, I'm going for Kimi. I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going for Kimi. George has kind of made himself a little less likable. I'm not going to lie. He's been a little insufferable this season. But the way he tries to sun Kimi and even in, what was it, the sprint race, he tries to sun Kimi, and that's like, I love the fight that it turns from, it brings out of Kimi, because he's not tolerating that no more, and it shows with how he's messaging on the radio. Is actually really funny to me to hear Toto be like, "Hey, shut the fuck up, bring this in house, okay?" And then, but to watch that whole race, and then it kind of was a karma situation. Oh, obviously not karma, but y'all know what I mean. For George's car to go kaputs out, it sucked. It sucked the fun out of it, but dude, that race was a lot. It was fun. It was so much fun. So, dude, these regulations, man, there's a lot to them that are just annoying. Yes, like the battery stuff. Yeah, not being able to be all out all the time. Yeah, but this has been a lot of fun. A lot of fun to watch, man. So I'm gonna say this again. I am going for Kimi on this one. I am. I don't see McLaren getting out of their own way to make this a real fight down to the end. I mean, I don't even know how many points down Lando and them are, but like, I don't think McLaren's a real good competitor right now. I mean, they got 0 points for that shit. Right? They got 0 points out of Canada, and then Ferrari. Look, they just don't have that bottom end pace like that they need to keep up. I think Lewis can do all he wants to, but dude, when he's talking about how he has overtake mode and Max is still pulling away from him, it's like, what do we do with that? And then honestly, the Red Bulls, they have some fight in them, bro. And if we can tell anything about last year, Red Bull knows how to develop that car. And I'm going to say this too, Max, I don't know where exactly you're thinking of going, but if it's not Mercedes, you don't want to leave Red Bull, I don't think. Because, dude, McLaren, and it sucks to say this because I'm a McLaren fan. They are not the team to go to right now. They just aren't. They're not trustworthy yet. I'm mixed emotions, okay? I'm mixed emotions. I'm gonna leave it at that. But let me know in the comments, man. What did y'all think of that race? Did y'all love it? Are y'all vibing with these new regulations? And then, dude, we get like kind of a little bit of a reset of the regulations, I think, in Monaco too, which I'm ready to see how these cars, race around Monaco, because I think the size difference is actually a big thing with these cars. So I'm ready to see this. Hopefully they don't have that like mandatory 2 stops shit again, because that ruined the race last season. So let's see how this goes, man. Let me know in the comments though. What are y'all thinking? I'm hoping we get a Lewis win at some point though. That's where I'm at. I want a Lewis win. But I don't know, man. I don't know if anybody has anything for these damn Mercedes right now. But W Kimi, I guess, right? Anyways, I'll catch y'all later. Have a great one. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Did y'all like the race? I know y'all did. I loved it. Anyways, catch y'all later. Peace.